Um, Jessie Anna Seville here from the Kidney RD. I want to come in here today and talk about probably my favorite topic in the world, which is the gut health and kidney disease. If you haven't followed me before, my website is kidneyrd.com. It's a group practice, some amazing renal dietitians, and our specialty is doing kind of a deep dive root cause approach to helping people with kidney disease. So today what we're going to cover is 4 different reasons why the gut is super important and why you should be considering this if you have kidney disease, and some of the signs that you should be looking for. So without further ado, here we go. Number 1, first off, the big question: why does the gut matter with the kidneys, and why has nobody, not my nephrologist, nobody asked me about how my gut is feeling? First off, why is your gut important? The gut is important because the kidneys and the gut is tied together as far as the byproducts of the gut and how the kidneys metabolize those byproducts. It's called in the research the kidney-gut axis. Axis meaning one thing impacts something, something impacts another, something impacts another, and it goes around and around and around. The bacteria in your gut can produce something called uremic toxins. And toxins, a word familiar, is something that is poisonous or not healthy for our body. Generally, our healthy kidneys would just filter it out in our urines, but when you have unhealthy kidneys, those uremic toxins can create some problems, including a furthering of kidney decline. And when you have a furthering of kidney decline, you actually produce and don't metabolize as many uremic toxins, and those can get in the gut, and it changes the gut and can also cause more damage to the gut. So the kidneys and the gut are so closely connected because of the different byproducts that they are involved with. The other reason the gut is so important, and this especially if you have autoimmune disease, is extremely important. The gut houses more than 70% of our immune system. And so if your gut is out of whack, the bacteria, the microbiome, I'm going to talk about that in a second, is imbalanced, it means that you are going to have an increased immune response in your body. So if you have an autoimmune disease, that ends up becoming a really big deal. So the microbiome, this is kind of the magical part about the gut. The microbiome is the bacteria in your gut. Some people call it a second brain because it has so many signaling properties within your bodies. Those bacteria in your gut talk to all sorts of different places in your body. They have a lot of pathways that they help control and regulate. So they're very important, the bacteria in your gut. People can get an imbalance in their gut bacteria if if they've had a long history of antibiotic use, which is not unfamiliar with chronic kidney disease. They can have problems with their gut for, maybe they got some toxins in their bloodstream, maybe they just didn't take care of themselves for a long time. There's a lot of reasons why people have gut issues, but the gut is so closely tied to the kidneys, and the microbiome is a really important part. So how do you help your gut? And how do you know if you have an issue? Number 1, how do you know if you have an issue? If you have digestive symptoms, anything from heartburn, bloating, gas, constipation, diarrhea, burping, anything like that, things that we might think are normal. Some people are like, I'm always just a little bit bloated. That's not normal. When you show any of those, heartburn, gas, bloating, constipation, diarrhea, excessive burping, it means that there's an issue with your digestion. If there's an issue with your digestion, there's going to be an issue with your gut. Sometimes it's how many digestive enzymes you produce. Sometimes it's the type of bacteria in your gut. But regardless, you don't have to live with those symptoms. And if you are seeing those, that's a very important thing to address and figure out, why do I have heartburn all the time? You don't want to just take a Prilosec or these are called PPIs. You don't want to just take Prilosec all the time because that's damaging to the kidneys. You want to figure out exactly why. You want to figure out exactly why you're having gut issues. So any of those things means that you need to take a deeper dive into your gut. So 4th thing that I want to talk about is healing the gut is very powerful. There's a lot of tools out there. Sometimes there's simple things you can do, just taking a digestive enzyme. They're like $6 a month. I can just take a papaya enzyme. It's not high in potassium, don't worry. If you're having, just kind of mild bloating after your meals, if you've been diagnosed with IBS, IBD, any sort of additional gut issue, or if you have autoimmune disease, it would be valuable to take a deeper dive approach, and that's one of our specialties at the Kidney RD. We use something called the mediator release test, which is a food sensitivity test. I love it, gives people great outcomes, and then we formulate a personalized anti-inflammatory diet around that result. We also do stool testing where we can see people's guts. It's called the GI map. So we basically map out your gut from the top to the bottom so we can see what's in there. Are there pathogens? Is there an imbalance in the bacteria? Is your gut leaky? Do you produce enough enzymes? All those questions we can answer with some specialty tests. It's a great tool if you're dealing with autoimmune kidney disease. It can be a great tool if you're dealing with, kind of an overall inflammation in your body, and it can be a great tool if you feel like you have a lot of digestive issues. So, a couple thoughts there. Just as a recap, the gut and the kidneys are definitely connected. You should never, ever ignore any signs that your gut might not be in optimum health, because the kidneys and gut very, very closely connected for health. The second thing is you don't want to ignore signs of improper digestion or gut problems. Again, heartburn, gas, bloating, constipation, diarrhea, excessive burping. All of those are signs that you need to do a little bit of tune-up in your gut, which will then help you preserve your kidney function. And the third thing is use some of the tools and heal your gut in a proper way. I will be talking more about healing the gut this week and what you do with regard to kidney disease. But if you have questions, or if you are looking for help with getting gut health and kidney disease together, we are absolutely the best place to go, because we have some really specialized tools and specialized skill sets to help out with that. Anyways, you can go check us out at thekidneyrd.com. You can hashtag KidneyRD and the KidneyRD, and you'll see our different little video vignettes where you can look up some tips on kidney disease, and definitely check out some of our resources that we have out there for you. Our whole mission is to give clarity to kidney disease and help people find results so they can optimize their nutrition and preserve their kidney function. Anyways, that's it for now. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.